Hello, Trevon. Any reason for that? Okay. Well, it's time to talk to Paper Alex today.
No, he sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I kind of do.
So what game are we talking about today there? Should I call you Paper Lehew or Paper... Paper... Paper?
We're talking about Paper Jam today. Mario Luigi Paper Jam.
Paper jam, not the strawberry or grape jam.
Nope, just Paper
Just
Jam.
jam.
And there's a lot of jamming in this game.
Like toe jam.
Yeah. Good video game reference. Love that game.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the 3DS exclusive today, Mario Luigi Paper Jam. It is the 5th entry in the Mario Luigi franchise after the last one, Dream Team, which I believe was 2012 or it was 2012, I think.
Okay.
And ironically enough, that's when the last Paper Mario game was too. And that was Paper Mario Sticker Star, which I enjoyed.
Wasn't there a Paper Mario before that Paper Mario?
Super Paper Mario.
Super Paper
There's 4 Paper Marios. There's the first one on N64, second one on the Thousand Year Door for the GameCube.
That's the one I remember.
That one's the best one.
Yeah.
That one is like one of the weirdest but most amazing RPGs you'll ever play.
Ever.
Yeah.
Who thought Mario could be an RPG?
That RPG, what I love about it is like every chapter is like a different like satire of things. Like there's a whole chapter making fun of Agatha Christie novels, like those old mysteries. There's a whole chapter making fun of WWE. Like it's just insane stuff like that game does.
Yeah.
And it's also the darkest Mario game
Ever.
That
Mario game is like Twilight Princess's Zelda series.
Very good comparison, because
Yes.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to the ending and everything gets revealed. You're just like... But that is not the level of what we're talking about today. So, the story of this game is relatively simple. Luigi's just messing around one day in, like, the Mushroom Kingdom library.
With women?
No, with a toad.
That's a horrible picture. Get that out of here. You dirty, dirty people.
No, it's literally like Toad's like, Luigi, can you help me get that book up there? Okay. Wow. And like the book falls and it's a Paper Mario book. So when the book opens, everything from Paper Mario Land just starts going into like the Mario and Luigi world. What I like a lot about this is that one of my big fears going into this was that they were going to make everything either feel like Mario and Luigi or feel like Paper Mario. Because the two have, like, subtle little differences in terms of their mechanics and even their, like, humor.
Yeah.
What I really love that this game does is that when you... Because all three fight alongside each other, Mario, Luigi, and Paper Mario. Paper Mario's gameplay mechanics feel like a Paper Mario game, whereas Mario and Luigi's...
Wait. There's no Paper Luigi?
No, and I was very upset.
Yeah, I'm upset about that right now.
I'm going to get into that.
Okay.
I'm very upset by that.
Okay.
But when you play as Paper Mario, it feels like a Paper Mario game. Like, the mechanics that they do with him, it feels like, okay, if they're going to do another Paper Mario, this is probably the way they're going to go, and it's working. All the Mario Luigi stuff feels like the Mario and Luigi franchise. The key to both RPGs is that they're all about timing. Like, if you press a button at a certain time, you'll do more damage with an attack. If you, defensively, like, if you jump at the right time, you'll dodge an attack, but if you jump the exact right time, you might be able to do damage to them, too.
That's a typical RPG about elements.
Right.
Yeah.
I
don't mean to be talking quietly.
No, it's okay.
But and there's holes in my socks. That's why when you see me dip down the camera, I'm fixing my foot.
Yeah, so, where the Paper Mario series is, like, Paper Mario is more, like, repeated button press allow you to do more attacks, while Mario and Luigi is more different button mechanics allow you to do different attacks.
Is it like timing? Like, you know how, like, for example, this is an entirely different game, but Tomb Raider in some aspects, there'd be a wide circle to come in, and then as soon as it comes into the inner circle, you press that button.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
Like that.
Yeah, so like with Paper Mario, for example, when he jumps, if you hit it right when he hits the enemy, he does more damage.
Okay, alright.
Actually, no, that's Mario Luigi. Paper Mario, he has this thing called a copy ability, where it can make up to 6 of him. And for every copy, if you press it at the right time, the next copy gets to go. If you miss it, the rest of the copies don't go.
Okay.
So it's more of like timing of repeated pressing with Paper Mario, whereas Mario Luigi, they do higher damage, and it's more of like you might have to tilt the joystick back, or you might have to move the joystick around. Mario and Luigi also have like bro attacks, as they're called. Based like you press A for Mario, B for Luigi, and like you can kick a shell. You use fire flowers. Yeah, I know.
Now you already lost points.
That's been around since the first Mario Luigi, though. So it's kind of a pretty simplistic RPG, but at the same time, I really like. I've always liked with the Mario Luigi Paper Mario series that they're not too easy.
Well, I would hope not.
Yeah, they are challenging.
Yeah.
Except Sticker Star. Sticker Star was really easy. But they are challenging to an extent. There's a great level progression. There's great enemy variety, so the combat at least never feels boring. But that's not to say, as I described to you before we started this game is good. It's not great.
This is coming from like a Mario and Luigi like super fan.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm.
What are your problems with it? Talk to me. I'm like the priest in the.
All right. Well, first, before you get into the problems, do you have any questions to ask?
No, because I remember Paper Mario and I know Mario and Luigi, so I just. And you said it has concepts the same as Paper Mario.
Yeah, the combat's pretty much the same with both of them. So my problems.
So I get the whole gist, but yeah, what problems do you have with it?
The story's weak.
You said it's simple, though.
Yeah, it is, but one of the great things about both these series is that they've gone away from the simplicity. Like, actually, there's only really one game in both franchises that are about going to save Peach from Bowser. The rest, like, one of the things that I really adore about both these series is that they create new villains. And all those new villains are just so absurd. So there's this weird thing of like the story for this. It's basically regular Bowser and Paper Bowser team up, and they use their armies to capture both Peaches, the regular Peach and the Paper Peach. And I swear to God, there was one moment where I thought the two Peaches were gonna kiss.
Really?
Oh, no joke. Because they're like, I'm really affectionate of you, and I'm affectionate of you too. I was like, am I gonna get really uncomfortable here in 5 seconds? Because on the trade-off, though, with the story being that bad, is that the character moments with the Paper Mario characters and the Mario Luigi characters are hilarious.
Really?
One of my favorite character arcs in the whole thing is Bowser and Paper Bowser. They're like, we should team up to kidnap the princesses, even though they hate each other. Like, all you see them do is fight each other.
That reminds me of Men in Black 3 with the dude, with the one guy, the bad guy.
Oh,
he went back in time and they like argued with each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of same. Like literally every scene, all they do is fight. And one of the funniest scenes, like at the beginning, like their first fight, you just see them duking it out. The Paper Goombas and regular Goombas come in, it's like, "Hey Bowser, we found the prince," and they just see them fighting and they just walk out. But one of the great arcs I love about this is that both Bowser Juniors, they're like, our world's so boring. Well, my world's so boring. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
And it's cool to see like the little moments like that between like the paper world and the regular world. I was laughing so hard whenever both Magic Koopas, like Kamek Koopas, meet each other. They're like, wow, we are so annoying, aren't we?
A little simple humor like that.
Yeah, it's a little simple humor that's like trickled throughout the story like that. So that's the trade-off. I can take the weak story, even though it does make it kind of hard to get through, because it is a disappointment factor. Like, man, the other games in both these series had such wonderful stories because they created new villains.
Well, I'll tell you that, like, usually what makes up most of the game is the story.
Yeah.
You know, so it's surprising for you to say that, like, the gameplay mechanics and all that make up for it. Because that's hard to say about, games nowadays.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But there are games who can't pull it off.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, if you look at the game, they are simplistic stories that do manage to pull that off. One other thing that the level design is, copy-paste, like the Mario series. Grass, desert, snow, etc., etc., etc. So that was another thing that kind of bothered me. It did lead to good enemy variety, but at the same time, it's like, once again, both these series have done a great job avoiding this.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks that like for these two to come together and it goes back to the formula by numbers. But like I said, it does lead to great enemy design. The music in the game is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The music's fantastic. The bosses are awesome, even though some of them do piss you off. Because the series this one takes more from Mario Luigi, in which the boss battles.
You need to stop burping.
I know. I don't know what it is.
Your soda that you drank.
Could be. The boss battles take more. Mario Luigi takes a more RPG approach, in which they take forever.
Have you played Final Fantasy?
I know. It is like that level. Like, I will never forget the final boss of the second Mario Luigi game. I counted took me 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Nothing will top Shao Kahn, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that was because that was just ridiculously overpowered.
Oh, don't even get me started. But yeah, really
Yeah.
2.5 hours. You must have had a whole bunch of fun. Like, you were so happy once you were done with it. You were so happy.
I was.
You were so happy while you were fighting the boss. You were so happy going into it. And then, it all paid off. But,
Well, it was funny because, like, even as a kid, like, it was one of those things where the final boss of that game doesn't have a lot of attack variety. So, like, after the first, like, hour, I was like, this is getting really tedious.
That'd be agony. That'd be agony.
I know. Like I talked about last week with Bloodborne, where it's like, this is just tedious. Like, that's how I felt with that. I was like, this is getting mighty annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the final boss of this, well, it's not that long. The final boss, I did clock it. It took me an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know in terms of, like, level how I was, because I wasn't doing what I typically do with these RPGs and just staying in an area and trying to level up as much as possible. I was just trying to go through the game as fast.
That's called grinding.
I know. I was trying to go through the game as fast as I can, and that's actually a good point to bring up. This game, you don't have to grind to be okay. It does make it a little harder if you don't, but not impossibly hard. It does present a challenge if you don't, and I like that. It doesn't make it where you stay on an area and feel like you have to grind. Because I know there are tons of RPGs that do have that problem. Even ones that I enjoy have that problem.
Right.
So, I was really happy to see that. Otherwise, it is like, oh, yes, my biggest thing. It's not really like it made me angry, it just made me disappointed. At no point do they go in the Paper Mario's world.
Oh, really?
I feel like that's such a missed opportunity.
It might be a sequel.
Could be. Because I could see this game selling very well.
Yeah.
It already, from what I've heard, it already is. That could be the case where the sequel could do that. But for this, and you're right, like, not everyone came for Paper Mario. Trust me, no one was more upset that Paper Luigi was not in it.
Yeah, I would be very upset.
Because, like, it was that thing of, like, at first my brother was like, well, it makes sense, it's only Paper Mario. But then I thought, like, once again, to the second Mario Luigi, where they participate with their brothers. Yeah. Like, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. It's like, you had Baby Luigi in there, why not?
Yeah. So, what do you have any more things about it, or?
No, it's a relatively, it's a moderate-sized game. I'd say it's worth the money that they're charging for it. It's $40.
Is it 40?
Yeah, it's $40. You're definitely getting $40 worth of content in it, especially if you put the time into it. Oh! Yes, I did forget one thing. There is a new mechanic where... So one of the main things you have to do in the game is capture paper toads. And some of the mini-games, they're set up like little mini-games to capture them. Some of them are fun. Some of them are really annoying. But the thing that makes me laugh is that they do not hide the fact that they're putting these paper toads into labor to defeat Bowser.
Oh, really?
Like, no, so you get these huge, I'll just call them mechs, called Papercraft. where it's literally just like a cardboard huge Mario. And basically, the way you figured out this is like one of the first areas you have to go to is blocked off by a huge like cardboard Goomba. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's like the Kamex behind it. They're like, "You're not gonna get past this." Wow, my voice is that annoying. Like, so Toadette comes out of nowhere. It's like, "If you let me have the Paper Marios and let me work them in the hard labor, I'll make us one." I was like,
"Yeah,
slavery. Did the game not even try to hide it?
No.
So like, I'm laughing at that, and I'm just like thinking to myself, it's like these things are made out of cardboard, and I'm taking a bunch of paper toads.
Yeah,
I don't even want to think about this too hard. And I've seen some reviewers like pointed out like this is kind of messed up. But I did want to bring that up. I've seen a lot of people criticize that. It's fun, but it is tedious because they make the battles way too long. But the core idea of the battle itself, I think, is a good idea. It's fun. They just needed to make the battles with them shorter.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think that really covers everything.
Well, what would you give it? B+.
No, I can't go that high.
B.
Yeah,
Minus.
Probably B.
Okay.
Probably B, because like I said, it's good. It's not great. I just feel like there's a bunch of things that I feel like this game really had it had the chance to be great, and I feel like it just kind of missed the mark. You know, it could have been development time ran out, the budget ran out, I don't know. Or just maybe they like thought this was a great idea and they didn't creatively go as far as they should with
the
it.
budget could have been the reason why they didn't add in the Paper Mario levels.
Yeah.
But I want to hold on to they're trying to save that for a sequel.
Yeah, and that could easily be the case.
Yeah.
Because if this game does successful, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo's like, well, all right, they're going to Paper Mario's world.
Yeah.
And Paper Mario, I mean, I really like Sticker Star because it came out in a year when no one was doing anything creative, and that game at least tried to do something different. Mm-hmm. It didn't 100% do it, but it did it, and I know fans of the Paper Mario series just like dump on that game all the time.
Yeah.
There's rumors they're making a new one. I hope they do.
Yada yada yada.
I really hope they do. But
yeah.
if the gameplay mechanics are a precursor to what they're gonna do in the new Paper Mario, like if this is like a precursor for what they're gonna do, I'm really excited for that next Paper Mario.
Okay. Well,
and I hope Mario Luigi comes back too because I do like this series.
Well, you heard it from the man himself. It got a B.
Yep.
So
B.
You can find this review. You have it the other way.
B.
You can find this review and all our other ones on the Tanooki.com.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is the Had a Gamer on Twitter.
Tumblr. I think I am on Vine. I haven't checked.
Yeah, you
recently.
are. I've never seen a Vine.
Okay. And you can check out Tanooki on Facebook. You can also check out Tanooki on Twitter and YouTube, which is where all these wonderful videos go up.
All the ones filmed in this area, which is a poster up there.
Yeah, from Uncharted, which we're going to be covering in a couple months.
No, not Uncharted. It's Skyrim.
Oh, never mind.
From ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had more to show you, but my room is just like a blank. It's like purgatory.
Yeah, and I'm in the process of moving, so I don't really got a room to show stuff in.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm at Sphincter 2. That's going to catch on. Yes.
And on the YouTube and Twitch page, we're going to work on getting streams a little better.
Yeah, we what stream were we supposed to do?
Well, the problem was I was having a bunch of problems with the streaming because they would like when I'd see them on Twitch and stuff, like they would be glitching all the time. They would be bad connection. I won't say who he is, but I have a friend who works at Rooster Teeth. He worked me through the whole thing. We're better now.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of I've been so busy, but we're gonna get back on that. We probably might be having a Smash Brothers tournament soon.
Okay.
Because of the new DLC.
Oh right. With, Bayonetta, right?
Cord and Bayonetta, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're fun.
But they're already out.
Oh yeah, they're out.
Oh crap! I need to get it.
Yeah, no, they're fun.
Okay.
So you can look forward to that. We'll have more announcements on Tanooki Facebook page, Twitter, and our Twitters, my Tumblr, all that stuff. So yeah, we'll be back. Actually, you might be going again next week.
Why?
Because I was looking at the schedule and Fire Emblem is not out by the time Paige is supposed to go next.
I don't even know what comes out Tuesday.
Resident Evil.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Naruto.
Yeah, I gotta beat that in like. I have to beat that before we do it, which is probably gonna be next week on a Friday. So you're giving me 3 days.
We can do it next Sunday again.
Okay. All right.
So, see you next week, guys.
See you next week. Take it easy. Have fun. Good job. Yeah. Good job, Lehew. You did it. Yeah. Yeah. You did it. You did it.
Paper.
Yeah.
Paper.
You did it.